Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today in this video we are going to discuss about thermodynamic theory of superconductivity. This is my second video on superconductivity. In the first video we have already discussed what is superconductivity, what is type 1 and type 2 superconductivity. So today we are going to discuss thermodynamic theory. But before going to discuss thermodynamic theory in detail, let us recall something. As I told you in the first video, we discussed about the phenomenon of superconductivity, in which I told you that resistance decreases or increases with temperature. So resistance is directly proportional to temperature. In a normal conductor, what happens? If you increase the temperature, resistance increases. Decrease the temperature, resistance decreases. Same thing we found in superconductor. But there is a difference. Whereas in case of conductor, on decreasing the temperature, suppose we decrease temperature continuously, the resistance never becomes zero, even at 0 Kelvin. But if the specimen is superconductor, then scenario will be different. Here, if we decrease the temperature at a certain temperature, we call it critical temperature, the resistance suddenly vanishes. Sudden disappearance of resistance means resistance becomes zero. Obviously, current will be infinite. If there is no resistance, no one is no one is acting as an obstacle. Who will stop the current? Nobody. So current will be very large, and that situation is known as superconducting situation. So a material, a specimen changes from normal conductor to superconducting conductor, means normal conductor state to superconducting state. So there is a change of phase. I am writing here, sorry, I have written here, the transition between the normal and superconducting state is a reversible change in terms of thermodynamics. We can therefore apply the laws of thermodynamics to this change and thus obtain an expression for the change in entropy. Here the term entropy. You have read entropy in class 11. As you know, it is denoted by S, and change in entropy is ds is equal to dq by T. Heat by temperature. Ratio of heat to temperature is called entropy. See here, when a superconducting material undergoes transition from normal to superconducting state, the entropy decreases. It means the superconducting state is more ordered than the normal state, and some or all electrons thermally excited in the normal state are ordered in the superconducting state. In type superconductors type, the order extends to a distance of about 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Okay, this distance or range is known as coherence length. Now here, entropy being a measure of the disorder of the system, there is a marked decrease in entropy as a superconducting material is cooled below the critical temperature. Actually, when the material is in normal state, entropy is different. But when the same material is cooled, means superconducting material is cooled below the critical temperature, entropy decreases. Okay. If M is the magnetization, what is magnetization? Magnetic moment per unit volume induced in the specimen by magnetizing field H. So here M is the magnetization, H is the magnetizing field, and S is the entropy. Then Gibbs free energy per unit volume is G equal to U minus Ts minus Hm. This is your equation 1. And the internal energy density in the presence of magnetic field is given by du is equal to Tds plus Hdm. See here. And for gaseous system, the expression is written as du is equal to Tds minus Pdv. Actually, this expression comes from two laws of thermodynamics, first law and second law. First law is what? dq is equal to du plus Pdv, and second law is equal to second law is dq is equal to Tds. On combining these two, we get du is equal to Tds minus Pdv. Now we are going to compare equation 2 and 3. See here, du same, Tds same, but here H corresponds to P and M corresponds to V. So here M and here B, you may say M plays the same role as B, H plays the same role as P. So we may replace P by H, M by B, or H by P, M by B. And with this substitution, we get G is equal to U minus Ts plus Pv. Now, differentiating equation 1. What is your equation 1? You have seen earlier. G is equal to this one. So, it will be dG is equal to du minus Tds, this one. You know differentiation. This is very easy differentiation, so there will be no problem. You can solve it. Or dg is equal to minus sdt minus mdh, because rest du minus tds minus hdm is equal to 0. See here, du this one and tds this one and hdm 0. Why? Come here. See the equation 2. Du minus tds minus hdm is equal to 0. So for a process of constant temperature, you know the time constant temperature process is isothermal. Isothermal is a process in which temperature remains constant. So SDT is equal to 0, and if SDT is equal to 0, then dG is equal to minus mdh. And we shall solve equation 5 for normal as well as superconducting state. This is G. In equation 5, left hand side is dG. G. For normal state, we use suffix n, and for superconducting, we use suffix s. So it will be dgn is equal to 0. Why? Because in normal state, suppose that normal state is non-magnetic. Here it is magnetic. Gives free energy for normal state by Gn is equal to putting m is equal to 0. If the state normal in the normal state, if it is non-magnetic, means susceptibility is 0. and one susceptibility 0 means M is equal to 0, magnetization 0. So here M is equal to 0 in equation 5 means dg is equal to 0. That is why for normal here we are using suffix n, gn, th, gn, t0. These two are equal. Thus in normal state gn is not changed by the application of external field. So there is no effect of magnetic field. Now we will discuss superconducting state. If we consider the case of only type 1 superconductor, see here, we have already discussed in video 1 Meissner effect. As I told you in that video that when a superconducting material is first cooled and then placed in magnetic field, it is cooled below Tc, then magnetic flux exclude. There is an exclusion of magnetic flux. So either you put cool first and then put it in magnetic field, or first put it in magnetic field or cool. So there is no, it does not matter. Matter is that magnetic flux excludes. So B is equal to 0 inside the superconductor. So M is equal to minus H by mu 0. This value is substituted in equation 5, we get this one. Here S suffix for, as I told you, for superconducting state. So now if GSTH is the value of GL temperature T when the magnetic field is applied, and GT0 is the value of G when no magnetic field is applied. Here magnetic field is applied, here no magnetic field is applied. Then on integrating we get GSTH minus GST0 from equation 7 and 8. These two equations we get this one because left hand side is dgs, here also integration dgs. So this shows that Gibbs free energy of the specimen is increased in placing it in magnetic field. Now at the critical field Hc, however, the energy of the normal and superconducting system must be equal. So these two must be equal, and when we proceed, we get this one. This equation come here. This equation, this term H is equal to mu 0 gives the stabilization energy density of the superconductor. So far we were discussing about the Gibbs free energy in the normal state, in the superconducting state, and we get the difference. Now this is the part of the same question is specific heat versus temperature. This part has been discussed already in the first video. Again I am saying about it. See here, this is your figure. We can see that this is a graph temperature versus specific heat, or specific heat versus temperature. This is straight line. This is for normal state. But in superconducting state, you can see it rises specific heat up to here, and at certain temperature known as critical temperature, the graph is like this. So it is found that entropy of a superconductor decreases sharply on cooling below the transition temperature. Difference of entropy in the normal and superconducting state may be obtained simply by using the result. The result G is equal to, so one time we use for normal state, other time we use for superconducting state, and we get the difference. This is the difference. Here dHc by dt is always a negative quantity. This one is always a negative quantity, and you can see here negative. It means this one is greater than this. Okay, Sn is greater than Ss, means normal state. Okay, we conclude that superconducting electron system is a more order than a normal electron system. At T is equal to 0, this one is equal to 0. So t is equal to, at t is equal to tc, as c is equal to 0. Hence at these 2 points Sn equal to Ss, means normal state and superconducting state, both are same. And now we differentiate these two, we get, and finally we get heat capacity. This is the heat capacity in normal state, this is the heat capacity in superconducting state. And after solving we get this one, at t is equal to tc, as c is equal to 0. So this portion will be 0, hc is equal to 0, means first term will be 0. So second term as it is here. Okay. This shows that increase of the specific heat as the sample is cooled below the critical temperature. This relation is known as Rutherford's formula, is in state, is in satisfactory agreement with the experimental measurements and is in accord with the observation that there is a discontinuity in the heat capacity. Okay, thank you.